This is a story from Ghana. I first heard it from a friend of mine, Afro Moses. In the city, there lived a man. This man woke up every day and woke up to noise all around him. There was noise when he went to work in the morning. There was noise when he was at work all day. There was noise when he walked home. There was noise in his house. There was noise at night. There was noise when he tried to sleep. There was noise all the time. It came to the point when he had just had enough noise. This man decided he couldn't stand the noise anymore. One day he picked up and he began to walk. He walked through that city. He walked through the suburbs. He walked out of the suburbs, away from the dogs and the children and the houses and the noise. He walked away from the cars. He walked away from the roads and the trucks. He walked all the way into the jungle. And when he got there, he heard more noise. There were birds and animals and so much noise. He walked and he walked and he walked until one day he found a patch of silence. Oh, it felt good. He decided that this was a little forest clearing where he could be happy. And he did feel good. He built a little hut, made it out of sticks and what he could find. He built a clay oven. Oh, and every morning he would wake up to silence. He would make the dough for his bread. He would spark the fire. He would put that dough in. He would cook. And he would bring it out when it was finished. And he would crack that bread and in. Oh, he did feel good. He went about his day in silence. He went about his night in silence. And he started to feel real good. One day, the man woke up in. He went around and he made his dough and he sparked the fire, and just as he put that bread in, he heard, "Eat! Eat! Eat!" One bird begging. Oh, how dare it ruin my silence! He picked up a rock. He threw it at that bird, and the bird flew backwards and backwards onto a branch on a tree and looked at that man and smelt that bread and wanted some. Oh, but it couldn't go down and beg with that noise. The man went on with his day in silence. He felt good. He went to bed in. He woke up the next morning and what was there? He made the dough. He sparked the fire. He put that bread in, and just as that bread was beginning to cook, he heard, "Ah, ah! Ah, ah! One bird begging and ruining his silence. The noise." He picked up a rock and he threw it at that bird, and the bird jumped back, and flew to that very same branch that the first bird was on. The two of them looked down at that man and smelt that bread, and they were starving. And they watched him eat in silence. made that dough. He sparked that fire. He put that dough into the wood oven fire. And then he heard, "Ow! Oh! Hey! What happened to my silence? One bird begging. Oh! Oh! Oh!" He picked up a rock and he threw it at the bird. It just missed him. The bird flew back and landed on the same branch with bird number 1 and 2. And they looked down and they smelt a beautiful crusty bread, and they were so hungry. They watched that man go on with his day in. He went to bed. He woke up the next day, and we know what's going to happen, don't we? He made the dough, sparked up the fire, put the dough into the fire, and then he heard it. Eat! The man, he heard these sounds, 3 birds begging. And the man, he began to feel the rhythm. He began to feel his body move. He was moving and dancing. Whoa! He began to dance. He began to feel joy. He felt good before, but the dancing and the moving, he felt joy. That's it. Oh, the man, when his food was cooked, he broke that bread. He ate half and he broke half for those 3 birds. From that day on, every morning, the 3 birds would come begging, not with their individual noise, but with their song.